I had been counting down the days to my wedding when Claire looked at her phone and smiled. It was a small smile, but I noticed it. "Who is it?" I asked. Claire turned the screen toward her chest. "No one. No one makes you smile like that. Ethan, please. I'm just checking a message." "From who?" She sighed. "Why are you interrogating me?" "I'm not. I'm asking. You've asked 3 times. Because you keep hiding your phone." Claire placed it beside her plate. "Can we please enjoy dinner?" I looked around the table. My parents were talking with Claire's parents. Ryan was quietly eating. Nathan had joined us because Claire's family considered him part of my side. I smiled and tried to let it go. 5 years together should have made me trust her without questions. I had paid for most of the wedding. I had chosen the venue she loved, helped with the guest list, and even turned down a business deal that could have changed my career. Claire had asked me to stay focused on our wedding. So I did. "Ethan," Claire said softly, "are you upset?" "No. You look upset." "I'm tired." She reached across the table and touched my hand. "You'll be happy when this is over." I smiled. I thought I'd be happy when we got married. You know what I mean? I wanted to ask what she meant, but I stayed quiet. After dinner, I helped carry plates into the kitchen. Claire followed me. "You really are acting strange tonight. I could say the same about you." Her expression hardened. "What is that supposed to mean?" "It means you've been somewhere else all evening." "I've been sitting here." "You know what I mean." She folded her arms. "You're stressed because of the wedding." "Maybe. Then stop looking for problems." "I'm not looking for problems, Claire." "Good. Because there aren't any." She kissed my cheek and walked away. I stood there for a moment. There aren't any. I wanted to believe her. That night, after everyone left, I went back to Claire's apartment to pick up some documents for the wedding planner. Claire was upstairs changing, and I waited near the hallway. Then I heard her voice. "Mom, I told you it's handled." I froze. Victoria answered from the other room. "You need to be careful, Claire." "I know. What did Daniel say?" My chest tightened. "Daniel, Claire's former boyfriend." I stayed where I was. "He said he's back for good," Claire whispered. And nothing. "Don't lie to me." "Mom, I'm marrying Ethan." "That doesn't answer my question." Silence followed. Then Claire said, "Daniel," and I had something real. I felt my fingers go cold. Victoria lowered her voice. "Then why are you marrying Ethan?" "Because Daniel left me. And now he's back." "I know. Do you still love him?" Another silence. Longer this time. "I don't know." My heart sank. Victoria sighed. "Claire, you have to decide quickly." "I already decided." "Did you?" "Yes." "Then why are you still talking about Daniel?" "I said I'm marrying Ethan." Victoria gave a bitter laugh. "At least Ethan is reliable. If Daniel doesn't come back, the wedding can still happen." I stopped breathing for a second. The words were simple. The meaning was not. I was the backup, not the man Claire chose. The man she could use if her first choice failed. I wanted to walk inside and demand an explanation. Instead, I walked out. Claire found me at the door. "Ethan." I turned. "What are you doing?" "I got the documents." "You look pale." "I'm tired." "Are you sure?" "Yeah." She studied my face. "You're not angry, are you?" "No." "Then smile." I forced one. She smiled back. For the first time in 5 years, that smile looked unfamiliar. The next morning, I met Nathan at a cafe. He looked at me for several seconds. "What happened?" "Nothing." "Don't give me that." "I'm fine." "You haven't touched your coffee." "I'm not hungry." Nathan leaned forward. "Did Claire say something?" "No." "Did you two fight?" "No." "Then why do you look like someone canceled your wedding?" I stared at the table. "I heard something last night." Nathan waited. "Claire is talking to Daniel." His face changed. "Daniel Brooks?" I nodded. "When did he come back?" "I don't know." "Does Claire know you found out?" "No." "Are you going to ask her?" "Not yet." "Why?" "Because I want the truth." Nathan leaned back. "You already heard her." "I heard enough to hurt me. I haven't heard enough to understand everything." "That's dangerous." "Why?" "Because when you love someone, you find excuses for them." I looked at him. "What if I'm not making excuses?" "Then what are you doing?" "I'm watching." Nathan was quiet. Finally, he said, "Ethan, don't destroy yourself trying to prove you were worth choosing." I swallowed. What if I was never chosen? He didn't answer. That question followed me all day. That evening, Claire asked me to help organize some wedding papers at her apartment. "You're quiet," she said. "I've been busy." "With what?" "Work." You canceled work for me before. I know. She smiled. You'll get back to normal after the wedding. I looked at her. Claire, did you ever feel like you settled for me? Her smile disappeared. What kind of question is that? Just answer. No. You're sure? Yes. I nodded. Okay. She kissed my forehead. You worry too much. Maybe I did. Or maybe I had finally started seeing what was in front of me. While Claire went into the bedroom, I opened a box beside the bookshelf because I was looking for the wedding documents. Inside were old photographs. I almost closed it. Then I saw Daniel. Claire was standing beside him, younger, laughing. I pulled the photograph out. On the back, written in Claire's handwriting, were 6 words. Some promises never really end. I stared at those words until they blurred. Then I heard Claire behind me. What are you holding? I turned slowly. For the first time, I had no answer. Claire walked closer. Ethan, I held the photograph between us. Who wrote this? She stopped. I did. When? A long time ago. About Daniel? She looked away. It was just an old memory. Then why is it here? I forgot it was there. You forgot. Yes. I looked at her face. Do you still love him? Claire opened her mouth, then closed it. Ethan, this isn't fair. Neither is marrying someone while wondering if another man will return. Her eyes widened. What are you talking about? Nothing. You're acting like you know something. I know enough to ask. She reached for the photograph. Give me that. I pulled it back. What? Because it's private. Was I supposed to know about this before I married you? You're making this bigger than it is. Maybe. It was years ago. Then why did you write that? I was young. And now? She stared at me. Now I'm engaged to you. That answer should have comforted me. It didn't. Do you love me? Of course I do. Then why couldn't you answer that question when your mother asked? Claire went completely still. I knew then that she understood. You hurt us. I said nothing. Ethan, please. I'm listening. I never meant for you to hear that. But I did. Daniel came back unexpectedly. And you welcomed him. No. You said you had something real with him. I was confused. You call me reliable. I didn't mean it that way. How did you mean it? She started crying. I was scared. Of what? Of making the wrong choice. I looked down at the photograph. And I was your safe choice. No. Then tell me what I was. She couldn't. That silence hurt more than any answer. I put the photograph back into the box. I'm going home. Ethan, wait. I walked toward the door. Please don't leave like this. I stopped but didn't turn around. What should I do instead? Talk to me. I just did. You're angry. I'm hurt. I love you. I finally looked back. I want to believe that. You should. I used to. Her face fell. I opened the door. Good night, Claire. Ethan. I left. Outside, the night air felt cold against my face. For 5 years, I had believed love meant trusting someone even when fear whispered otherwise. Now I understood something painful. Sometimes fear wasn't trying to destroy your relationship. Sometimes it was trying to warn you. I looked at my phone. Claire had already sent 3 messages. Please come back. We need to talk. I love you. I didn't reply. For the first time, I wasn't thinking about how to save our wedding. I was thinking about whether there had ever been a real marriage to save. And somewhere inside me, a quiet answer had already begun to form. I closed my eyes and wondered when I had become her second choice. I did not call Claire the next morning. I wanted to. Every part of me wanted to ask why she had kept Daniel in her heart while planning a wedding with me. But I remembered Nathan's words. I needed the truth, not another lie. For 3 days I watched. Claire stopped answering my calls quickly. Her phone was always face down. She canceled dinner twice and blamed wedding meetings. On the 3rd night, I asked, "Are you avoiding me?" "No. You canceled our dinner again." "I'm busy, Ethan." "You were never too busy before." She sighed. "Can we not do this?" "Do what?" "Turn every small thing into a relationship problem." I stared at her. "Is something wrong with our relationship?" "No." "Then look at me and say it." She finally looked up. "Nothing is wrong." I wanted to believe her. Instead, I asked, "Who keeps texting you?" "Why does it matter?" "Because you smile every time." "It's work." "Daniel is work?" Her face tightened. "Why are you obsessed with him?" "Because you are." "That's ridiculous." "Then show me your phone." "No." "Why?" "Because I deserve privacy." I stepped back. "Fine. She grabbed her purse. You've become so suspicious lately. Maybe you gave me a reason. I'm tired of defending myself. You haven't defended anything. She walked toward the door. Good night, Ethan. I watched her leave. The next day, Ryan found me at the office. You look terrible. I'm fine. You said that yesterday. I'm working. Ryan sat across from me. Is this about Claire? I kept typing. Maybe. Did she betray you? I don't know. Then why are you still protecting her? I'm not. You are. I stopped typing. What do you want me to do? Ask the question you're afraid to ask. What question? Whether she actually wants you. I looked away. She says she loves me. That wasn't my question. I stayed silent. Ryan leaned closer. Ethan, you've spent 5 years changing yourself for that woman. I wanted to. You stopped taking opportunities because she wanted your time. I chose our future. You chose her future. That's not fair. Neither is watching your brother become someone he doesn't recognize. His words hurt. I whispered, what if she needs me? Ryan shook his head. Someone who needs you isn't always someone who loves you. I didn't answer. That afternoon, Nathan came to my office holding his phone. We need to talk. About what? Claire. My stomach dropped. What happened? I saw her last night. Where? At Belmont. I knew the restaurant. Who was she with? Nathan looked at me. Daniel. I stood. You're sure? I wouldn't bring this to you if I wasn't. What were they doing? Talking. Just talking. They were holding hands. I felt something inside me crack. Did she see you? No. Nathan turned his phone toward me. I took one picture. I looked at it. Claire was sitting across from Daniel. Her hand rested near his. Daniel was smiling. I whispered when... Last night. I handed the phone back. I'm going to her apartment. Nathan grabbed my arm. Don't go there angry. I'm not angry. Ethan, I need answers. You need to be ready for the answers. I drove to Claire's apartment. She opened the door and froze. You're here early. Can I come in? Of course. I walked inside. She immediately noticed my face. What happened? Where were you last night? She hesitated. Home. Try again. Her eyes narrowed. What? Were you at Belmont? Silence. Claire. Yes. With Daniel. She looked down. Yes. I nodded slowly. So it's true. We were talking. About what? Us. Which us? She looked confused. Our relationship. I laughed once, but there was no humor in it. You were discussing our relationship with your ex? Daniel understands me. The words hit harder than I expected. What does that mean? He knows what I want, and I don't. You're different. Ow! You're safe. I stared at her. Safe. You're stable. You're loyal. You'll always be there. I swallowed. And Daniel. He understands the life I want. What life? More excitement. More ambition. More freedom. So 5 years with me wasn't enough? That isn't what I'm saying. Then say what you mean. She crossed her arms. I don't know what I want. You knew enough to meet him secretly. I didn't want to hurt you. You've already hurt me. I never cheated on you. Emotional betrayal doesn't need a bedroom. She flinched. Don't make me a villain. I'm trying to understand why my fiancée keeps meeting the man she used to love. I don't know if I still love him. Do you love me? She looked at me. I do. Then why can't you say it without thinking? I'm confused. I took a breath. Claire, if Daniel asked you to leave me tomorrow, what would you do? She looked away. I don't know. Would you go? I don't know. I waited. Then she whispered, if Daniel decides he wants me back, I don't know what I'll do. My chest tightened. She continued, but if he doesn't, I know you'll still marry me. I stared at her. She seemed to realize what she had said. Ethan, I didn't mean... No, please. You meant exactly that. I was confused. You just told me everything. I love you. You love having me. That isn't true. Then why am I your backup? She began crying. I never said backup. You didn't need to. I stepped closer. Did you ever truly love me? Yes. Then why did you always wonder if you could do better? She looked down. Because I did. I felt my eyes burn. How long? Sometimes you looked at me and wondered if another man was better? Yes. I nodded. That explains everything. Ethan, please don't leave. I'm not leaving because you chose Daniel. She looked up. I'm leaving because you never chose me. That isn't fair. It is the truth. I walked toward the door. Wait. I stopped. Can we fix this? I looked back. You should have asked that before you found another man. She cried harder. I made a mistake. You made a choice. I left without raising my voice. That silence followed me all the way home. For the first time, I didn't feel the need to prove my worth. I had my answer. I was not her first choice. I was her safety net. That evening, Ryan came to my apartment. You talked to Claire? Yes. And she admitted Daniel is back. Ryan sat beside me. Did she choose you? I looked at him. No. He was quiet for a moment. What did she say? She said, Daniel understands her better. Ryan clenched his jaw. Then let her go. I can't just switch my feelings off. I know. I still love her. I know that too. I rub my face. What if I'm making a mistake? Then you'll learn from it. What if I leave and she changes? Then she can change without you. I looked at him. You make it sound easy. It isn't easy. It's necessary. I breathed slowly. I don't want revenge. Good. I just want her to understand what she did. She will. How do you know? Because people don't understand the value of something until they realize they can no longer have it. I looked at the wedding papers on my desk. What if she comes back? Ryan answered immediately. Ask yourself whether you want the woman who chooses you after losing someone else. I had no answer. The next morning, Claire called. Ethan, please answer. I picked up. What? I couldn't sleep. Neither could I. Are you still angry? I'm hurt. I want to fix this. Do you? Yes. Then tell me the truth. She went silent. Are you still meeting Daniel? No. Did you make another wedding plan? Silence. Claire, I don't know what you're talking about. I closed my eyes. That's enough. Ethan, wait. I ended the call. Minutes later, the unknown number sent another photograph. It showed Claire and Daniel standing beside the wedding planner. The date was written underneath. My date. My wedding. Their wedding. I stared at it until my hand stopped shaking. Then I whispered to myself, I'm done being the man who waits. I had spent 5 years believing loyalty meant waiting for someone to choose me without hesitation. Later that night, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I opened the message. There was an attachment. I tapped it. A wedding invitation appeared on my screen. The venue was ours. The date was ours. The bride was Claire Morgan. But the groom's name made my blood run cold. Daniel Brooks. I stared at the screen. Then another message appeared. You were never supposed to see this version. I sat there in silence. Claire had not simply imagined a future without me. She had already prepared it. And now I knew the wedding I'd spent months building might never have been mine at all. I drove to the Morgan house with the wedding invitation open on my phone. Claire opened the door. Ethan, I held up the screen. Want to explain this? Her face went pale. Where did you get that? That isn't an answer. Give me your phone. No. Ethan, that document was private. My wedding was private? You went through my things. You were preparing another wedding. That isn't what it looks like. Then tell me what it looks like. Claire looked toward the living room. Victoria stood up. What is happening? I walked inside. Ask your daughter. Claire snapped. Mom, please. Victoria looked at me. Ethan, you are making a terrible scene over a draft. A draft with Daniel's name. It was never finalized, but it existed. Michael lowered his newspaper. Maybe everyone should calm down. I looked at him. Did you know? He didn't answer. That silence hurt. Victoria stepped forward. Daniel was Claire's first love. There are complicated feelings involved. I know. You don't understand what Claire has been dealing with. I understand perfectly. No, you don't. I understand that your daughter was planning my wedding with another man. Claire shouted. I wasn't planning anything. I turned toward her. Then why was this invitation made? I was confused. Again, she looked away. Victoria crossed her arms. You are turning a misunderstanding into a family disaster. I laughed bitterly. A misunderstanding? Yes. Then why does Daniel's name appear where mine should be? Victoria didn't answer. I looked at Michael. Did you know? He sighed. I knew Claire was uncertain. Uncertain? I didn't think it would reach this point. I nodded. So everyone knew except me. Claire stepped closer. That's not true. Then tell me the truth. I didn't know what I wanted. You knew enough to meet him secretly. I didn't want to hurt you. You've already hurt me. I never cheated on you. Emotional betrayal doesn't need a bedroom. She flinched. Don't make me a villain. I'm trying to understand why my fiancée keeps meeting the man she used to love. I don't know if I still love him. Do you love me? She looked at me. I do. Then why can't you say it without thinking? I'm confused. I took a breath. Claire, if Daniel asked you to leave me tomorrow, what would you do? She looked away. I don't know. Would you go? I don't know. I waited. Then she whispered, if Daniel decides he wants me back, I don't know what I'll do. My chest tightened. She continued, but if he doesn't, I know you'll still marry me. I stared at her. She seemed to realize what she had said. Ethan, I didn't mean. No, please. You meant exactly that. I was confused. You just told me everything. I stepped closer. Did you ever truly love me? Yes. Then why did you always wonder if you could do better? She looked down. Because I did. I felt my eyes burn. How long? Sometimes. Sometimes you looked at me and wondered if another man was better? Yes. I nodded. That explains everything. Ethan, please don't leave. I'm not leaving because you chose Daniel. She looked up. I'm leaving because you never chose me. That isn't fair. It is the truth. I walked toward the door. Wait. I stopped. Can we fix this? I looked back. You should have asked that before you found another man. She cried harder. I made a mistake. You made a choice. I left without raising my voice. That silence followed me all the way home. For the first time, I didn't feel the need to prove my worth. I had my answer. I was not her first choice. I was her safety net. That evening, Ryan came to my apartment. You talked to Claire. Yes. And she admitted Daniel is back. Ryan sat beside me. Did she choose you? I looked at him. No. He was quiet for a moment. What did she say? She said, Daniel understands her better. Ryan clenched his jaw, then let her go. I can't just switch my feelings off. I know. I still love her. I know that too. I rubbed my face. What if I'm making a mistake? Then you'll learn from it. What if I leave and she changes? Then she can change without you. I looked at him. You make it sound easy. It isn't easy. It's necessary. I breathed slowly. I don't want revenge. Good. I just want her to understand what she did. She will. How do you know? Because people don't understand the value of something until they realize they can no longer have it. I looked at the wedding papers on my desk. What if she comes back? Ryan answered immediately. Ask yourself whether you want the woman who chooses you after losing someone else. I had no answer. The next morning, Claire called. Ethan, please answer. I picked up. What? I couldn't sleep. Neither could I. Are you still angry? I'm hurt. I want to fix this. Do you? Yes. Then tell me the truth. She went silent. Are you still meeting Daniel? No. Did you make another wedding plan? Silence. Claire, I don't know what you're talking about. I closed my eyes. That's enough. Ethan, wait. I ended the call. Minutes later, the unknown number sent another photograph. It showed Claire and Daniel standing beside the wedding planner. The date was written underneath. My date. My wedding. Their wedding. I stared at it until my hand stopped shaking. Then I whispered to myself, I'm done being the man who waits. I had spent 5 years believing loyalty meant waiting for someone to choose me without hesitation. Later that night, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I opened the message. There was an attachment. I tapped it. A wedding invitation appeared on my screen. The venue was ours. The date was ours. The bride was Claire Morgan. But the groom's name made my blood run cold. Daniel Brooks. I stared at the screen. Then another message appeared. You were never supposed to see this version. I sat there in silence. Claire had not simply imagined a future without me. She had already prepared it. And now I knew the wedding I had spent months building might never have been mine at all. By evening, I called every person connected to the wedding. The florist asked, Are you sure? Yes. The invitations? Already canceled. The photographer? Cancel everything. After the last call, I sat alone in my apartment. My mother called. Ethan, what happened? Mom, the wedding is canceled. Did Claire leave you? No. Then why? Because I finally left her. She was silent. Are you sure? Yes. Then I won't question you. That sentence meant more than she knew. Claire called 23 times that night. On the 24th call, I answered. Ethan, what? Please come back. No. You can't throw away 5 years. I didn't throw them away. Then why are you doing this? Because you did. I made a mistake. You made several choices. I can change. You should change for yourself. I love you. I know. Then give me another chance. I gave you 5 years. She began crying. I don't want Daniel. I closed my eyes. Then why did you let him stand beside you while I was treated like a backup? I was confused. You keep using that word. Because it's true. Claire, I'm not going to wait while you figure out who you want. Please. I hope you find peace. Is that goodbye? Yes. I ended the call. For several minutes, I stared at the dark screen. I wanted to cry. I wanted to call her back. Instead, I opened the business contract Nathan had sent me. My hands were still shaking when I signed it. The next morning, I walked into my office with a different feeling. Nathan looked at me. You look different. I feel different. Did Claire call? Many times. And I stopped answering. Nathan smiled. Good. I sat down. Let's build something. He opened his laptop. Now that's what I wanted to hear. While I worked, I knew Claire was preparing for another future. Sophia sent me one message. Daniel bought a ring. I read it once. Then I deleted it. I'd spent too long watching someone else decide my worth. That was over. I wasn't waiting anymore. I wasn't competing anymore. I wasn't begging anymore. Whatever happened next, I would face it as a man who had finally chosen himself. And I meant every word. Then Ryan called. Ethan, I heard something. What? Claire and Daniel are getting engaged. I closed my eyes. Already. Apparently. I expected pain. Instead, I felt strangely calm. Let them. But that night, another message arrived. It was from Daniel. Claire deserves the life you couldn't give her. I'm going to give her everything. I stared at the message. Then another appeared. I'll propose tomorrow. I put the phone down. Daniel thought he had one. Claire thought she had chosen correctly. They didn't know what was coming. And for the first time, I didn't care enough to warn them. I stopped checking Claire's social media after the third day. Nathan noticed. You deleted the wedding photos? Yes. All of them. I don't need reminders. He nodded. Good. Does that make me heartless? No. It makes you tired. I leaned back in my chair. I thought losing Claire would destroy me. It almost did. I'm still here. That matters. I looked at the contract on my desk. This is the deal I turned down for her. Nathan smiled. And now you're taking it. I am. You ready? I've never been more ready. The company had reopened the offer after learning I was available. This time, I didn't hesitate. By Friday, I was back in meetings. By Monday, I had signed a partnership agreement. Nathan became my business partner, and for the first time in months, I had something to think about besides Claire. Then I met Emily. She joined our project team that week. Nathan introduced us. Emily, this is Ethan. I know, she said. I raised an eyebrow. You know me? Your work, not your personal life. I laughed. That's probably better. She smiled. Probably. During our first meeting, I explained the project. Emily listened without interrupting. When I finished, she said, Your plan is good, but the timeline is too aggressive. I looked at her. You disagree? I do. Why? You're trying to prove how quickly you can rebuild. I stared at her. Nathan looked between us. Emily continued, I'm not criticizing you. I'm saying you don't have to rush. I smiled slightly. Most people tell me to work faster. I'm not most people. That sentence stayed with me. Later, I asked her, Why didn't you tell me what I wanted to hear? She looked surprised. Because you asked for my opinion. I laughed. I forgot what that felt like. What? Someone answering honestly without trying to control me. She studied me. Then you've been around the wrong people. I didn't tell her about Claire. I didn't need to. Emily never asked me to explain my scars. She simply respected the boundaries around them. 2 weeks later, Sophia called me. Ethan, have you heard? Heard what? Claire and Daniel are engaged. I waited for the pain. It didn't come. Oh, that's all. What should I say? I don't know. You loved her. I did. Sophia became quiet. Are you okay? Yes. You sound different. I'm different. She laughed softly. Mom will be proud. I hope so. Then she said, Victoria is telling everyone that Claire finally found the right man. I smiled. Good for her. Doesn't that hurt? Not anymore. I ended the call and returned to work. For the first time, Claire's name did not control my mood. Then Daniel started talking. Nathan showed me a message. He's telling people you abandoned Claire. I frowned. What? He says you were jealous of him. I read the message. He's calling me insecure. Yes. Does Claire believe him? Nathan hesitated. She's supporting his story. I put the phone down. Let them talk. You're not going to defend yourself? No. Why? Because anyone who knows me won't believe them. Nathan nodded. That's growth. I don't want revenge. You sure? Yes. What if they keep lying? Then they keep lying. A week later, Emily walked in my office. Bad day. Not really. You look angry. I'm learning not to be. She sat down. That's difficult. Very. Can I ask why? Someone is trying to ruin my reputation. Are you going to fight back? I could. But I don't want to become like them. Emily smiled. Good answer. I looked at her. You always say exactly what you think. Only when someone asks. I like that. Then don't stop asking. I smiled. For the first time, talking to a woman didn't feel like a competition. It felt easy. Meanwhile, Nathan was investigating Daniel's business connections because one of our potential clients had raised concerns. He came into my office late one evening. Ethan, we have a problem. With our project? No. With Daniel. I closed my laptop. What happened? I checked the companies he claims to own. And several accounts are overdue. How overdue? Hundreds of thousands. I stared at him. Are you sure? I checked twice. Why would he borrow that much? Nathan opened another file. He used Claire's family connections to secure several deals. I frowned. Does Claire know? I don't think so. Then don't tell me. Nathan looked confused. What? I don't want to interfere. He's using her. I know. Then why stay silent? Because Claire chose him. Nathan leaned forward. You could expose him. I could. You could save her. I shook my head. She didn't ask me to save her. But if you know. I know. Nathan stopped. I continued. I spent years trying to solve problems Claire never asked me to solve. I'm done. Nathan closed the file. Fair enough. But the next morning, he returned with someone. This is Lucas Grant. Lucas shook my hand. I've worked with Daniel. Why are you here? Because I don't trust him anymore. I sat down. Tell me. Lucas opened his briefcase. Daniel has been lying about his financial position. How? He showed investors numbers that don't exist. Why? To secure bigger deals. And Claire's family? He used their name to make himself look stronger. I felt my jaw tighten. Do you have proof? Yes. Lucas placed documents on my desk. I looked through them. Everything matched Nathan's findings. I closed the folder. What do you want from me? Nothing. Then why tell me? Because I know you were engaged to Claire. I looked at him. And you deserve to know who you were dealing with. Lucas nodded. As he left, Nathan asked, still staying silent? Yes. Even now. Especially now. That night, my phone rang. Claire. I almost ignored it. Then I answered. Hello. Her breathing was uneven. Ethan. What happened? I think I made a terrible mistake. I closed my eyes. You made your choice. I know. Now you have to live with it. Please don't say that. What do you want me to say? I need help. With what? Daniel. I said nothing. She whispered. Something is wrong with our accounts. What kind of wrong? Money is missing. How much? I don't know yet. Call your father. I already did. What did he say? He asked me whether Daniel had access. I waited. Then Claire said, he did. I felt a cold silence settle inside me. Ethan, I'm scared. I'm sorry. Can you come? No. Please. I can't. Why? Because this is your life now. She started crying. You're really gone. I had to be. I thought you would always come back. I used to think so too. She whispered my name. I ended the call. Minutes later, Nathan called. Ethan, Claire found something. What? Daniel transferred money from an account connected to her family. How much? Enough to change everything. I sat silently. For months, I had wondered whether Daniel wanted Claire. Now I understood something worse. Maybe he wanted what came with her. And Claire had just discovered that choosing him might cost her far more than losing me. I called Nathan back. Do you have proof of the transfer? Yes. Send it to Lucas. Why? If Daniel is innocent, the records will show it. And if he isn't, then the truth will catch him. Nathan was quiet. You really won't expose him yourself? No. Why? Because I don't want Claire to come back to me because her new life collapsed. That makes sense. I want her to understand her choice without me standing in the middle of it. The next morning, Emily found me staring at the city through my office window. You look worried? I am. Claire. Yes. Did you talk to her? Last night. Do you still love her? I took a long breath. I don't know. Emily nodded. That's honest. I thought love was supposed to make everything clear. Sometimes losing someone makes things clearer. I turned toward her. What if I still care about her? Caring doesn't mean going back. Her words stayed with me. I smiled. You're wise. No, I just listen. I returned to my desk. For once, I believed I could care about someone without sacrificing myself. That was the difference. I wasn't rebuilding my life to make Claire regret losing me. I was rebuilding it because I finally understood that my life had value without her. And somewhere across the city, Claire was beginning to learn the same lesson from the wrong man. I picked up my phone again, but I didn't call Claire. I almost did. Then I remembered the invitation. My name had been replaced before I ever walked away. I put the phone down. Whatever happened next belonged to her. I had finally stopped begging for a place in her heart. Now, I had to protect the place I was building in my own life for myself. I woke up on the morning of Claire's wedding without feeling anything. Nathan looked at me across the breakfast table. You're not going? No. You're sure? I'm sure. Today is the wedding. I know. And you're working? I have a company celebration. Nathan smiled. Then go celebrate. I looked at the invitation I had kept for months. I used to think this day would be the happiest day of my life. And now I think it belongs to someone else. He nodded. Ethan, whatever happens today, don't look back. I won't. Across the city, Claire was preparing to marry Daniel. I knew because Sophia called me before noon. Ethan, what's wrong? Are you alone? Yes. Good. Why? The wedding is falling apart. I stood immediately. What happened? Daniel disappeared. What? He left before the ceremony. Why? I don't know. Lucas came here earlier. What did Lucas say? He confronted Daniel about the debts. My stomach tightened. Debts? Dad just found out. How bad? Bad enough that Mom is screaming. What about Daniel? No one can find him. I close my eyes. Where is Claire? She's upstairs. Is she okay? No. I heard Sophia take a breath. Ethan, she found the documents. What documents? Loans. Transfers. Everything. Did Daniel use her name? Yes. I said nothing. Sophia whispered. She keeps asking for you. I can't go. I know. You understand why. Yes. Then stay with her. I will. I ended the call. For the first time, I didn't feel responsible for fixing Claire's disaster. That afternoon, I attended our company celebration. Nathan raised his glass. To Ethan. Everyone applauded. I stood awkwardly. Thank you. Emily smiled at me. You earned this. Almost lost it. But you didn't. Nathan lifted his glass again. To the project Ethan nearly sacrificed. I laughed. That sounds terrible. It has a nice ending. Emily looked at me. You seem happy. I am. Really? I thought about Claire. I think I finally understand something. What? I wasn't losing my future when I left her. What were you losing? An illusion. Emily nodded. That sounds painful. It was. And now? I smiled. Now it feels like freedom. My phone rang again. Sophia. I answered. Tell me. The wedding is over. I stepped away from the crowd. Did Daniel come back? No. What happened? Lucas brought proof. Proof of what? Everything. I listened as Sophia explained. Daniel had borrowed money from several people. He had used Claire's family name to secure deals. He had lied about his companies and his wealth. Then Sophia said something that made my blood run cold. Claire found messages. What messages? Between Daniel and someone else. What did they say? He planned to leave after the wedding. Leave where? Another country. I closed my eyes. He was going to abandon her? Yes. Did she know? Not until today. I remember Claire telling me I was her backup. Now she was discovering what it felt like to be someone else's backup plan. My phone rang again. This time, Victoria. I answered. Ethan, please. What do you need? I need you to come here. No. Please listen. I've listened enough. We made mistakes. You did. Claire needs you. I'm not going back. She's devastated. I know. She loves you. I looked toward the celebration. You should have remembered that before the wedding. Victoria began crying. Ethan, I know I treated you unfairly. You did. I thought Daniel was better for her. So did Claire. I was wrong. I know. Please come back. No. Why? Because I'm not going to become her second choice again. Victoria was silent. Then she whispered, "You were never second to us." I answered calmly, "But I was second to her." I ended the call. An hour later, Michael called. I almost didn't answer. "Ethan, Mr. Morgan, please call me Michael." "Okay." He took a long breath. "I owe you an apology." "You do." I ignored every warning. "Yes. I thought keeping Claire happy was more important than the truth. You were afraid of embarrassing your family." "I was. And I paid the price." "Yes." He sounded broken. "I treated you like you were replaceable." I closed my eyes. That was exactly how I felt. "I'm sorry. I believe you. Can you forgive me?" "I can forgive you." "Thank you. But forgiveness doesn't mean I return." "I understand." After the call ended, I sat alone. Later that night, Claire came to my office. I almost didn't recognize her. Her eyes were red. She stood at the door. "Can I come in?" I nodded. She sat across from me. "I don't know where to start." "Start with the truth." She looked down. I was wrong. I said nothing. I thought Daniel was everything I was missing. And he was everything I should have feared. I remained silent. He lied to me. I know. He used my family. I know. He never planned to marry me. I looked at her. "You found out." "Yes." "What else?" "He planned to leave the country after the wedding." I swallowed. "I'm sorry." She looked at me. "That's all." "What do you want me to say?" "I want you to hate me." "I don't." "Why?" "Because hate would keep me connected to you." She started crying. "I ruined everything. You made choices." "I know. I don't want to punish you." "You don't have to. I already understand." She wiped her tears. "I finally understand what I did to you. I waited. I made you feel replaceable." "Yes." "I treated your love like something I could keep waiting." "Yes." "I thought you would always come back." "I thought that too." She looked at me. "Can I have one chance to explain?" I nodded. "Go ahead." I was afraid. "Of what?" "Of choosing the wrong life." "And you thought I was the wrong life?" "I thought I could find something better." I looked down. "Did you?" "No." "Claire." She cried. "I know." I let the silence settle. Then she asked the question I knew was coming. "Do you still love me?" My chest tightened. "A part of me probably always will." Her eyes filled with tears. "But—" I looked directly at her. "But I will never choose you again." She covered her mouth. "Why?" "Because love isn't enough when trust is gone. I can rebuild it." "Maybe." "Then why not with me?" "Because I already gave you everything. I regret what I did." "Regret is not the same as love." She stared at me. "I love you. I believe you." "Then why won't you stay?" "Because I finally learned to love myself." She stood slowly. "So, this is really over?" "Yes." "You won't come back?" "No." She nodded through her tears. "I understand." I wanted to tell her I was sorry. But I wasn't. Not for leaving. Not for choosing myself. Claire walked toward the door. Before leaving, she turned. I thought losing Daniel would destroy me. I said nothing. Then I realized I had already lost the person who truly loved me. I looked at her. "You lost me when you stopped choosing me." She nodded. "I know." The door closed. I remained alone in my office. My heart hurt, but it no longer controlled me. I had once wanted revenge. Now I wanted peace. I looked at the empty chair across from me and whispered, "Goodbye, Claire." Then I turned back to my work. For the first time, my future did not belong to the woman who had broken my heart. It belonged to me. I received one final message from Claire before midnight. "Thank you for letting me explain." I read it twice. Another message followed. "I finally understand. You didn't leave because you stopped loving me. You left because I made loving me impossible." I didn't answer. Then she wrote, "I used to think you would always be there." I typed 3 words. "I was there." I deleted them. I typed another sentence. "I hope you find peace." I deleted that too. There was nothing left to explain. My phone rang. "Emily, are you okay?" "Yes." "Do you want company?" I smiled. "Not tonight." "Are you sure?" "Yes. I need to sit with this." "Then promise me something." "What?" "Don't punish yourself for choosing yourself." I looked around my office. "I won't." "Good night, Ethan." "Good night, Emily." I placed my phone on the desk. The room was quiet, but the silence no longer felt empty. I remember the first time Claire had told me she loved me. I remembered the wedding plans, the promises, the ring, and the future I had imagined. None of those memories disappeared. They simply stopped owning me. I finally understood that moving on did not mean forgetting. It meant remembering without wanting to return. Outside my window, the city lights stretched into the distance. I had no wedding tomorrow, no fiancé waiting for me, no promise I needed to keep. I knew I would be okay. I spent the next few months learning how to live without waiting for Claire. At first, every morning felt strange. Nathan noticed before I said anything. "You're quieter." I'm thinking. About Claire? Sometimes. And the rest of the time? About what comes next. He smiled. That's the Ethan I remember. I looked at him. What was I like before? You canceled meetings because Claire wanted dinner. You rejected deals because she wanted you home. You changed plans whenever she called. I thought that was love. So did I. I shook my head. It was fear. Fear of what? Losing her. Ryan visited me that weekend. You look better. I feel better. Then tell me something. What? Do you still want revenge? I smiled. No. Why? Because revenge would mean Claire still controls me. Ryan nodded. You finally understand. I used to think winning meant watching her regret losing me. And now, winning means I don't care whether she regrets it. Ryan raised his glass. That's harder than revenge. I know. It's also better. I looked down at my drink. I thought leaving her would make me empty. It made room. For what? For you. His answer stayed with me. Work continued to grow. Nathan and I expanded the company, and the project I once abandoned became our strongest success. One afternoon, Emily walked in my office. Can I steal you for coffee? You're stealing the boss? Only for 20 minutes. I suppose I can survive. We walked downstairs. She looked at me. You seem happier. I am. Because of work? Partly. What's the other part? I'm learning not to measure my worth by someone else's choice. Emily smiled. That's a good lesson. I learned it painfully. Most important lessons are expensive. I laughed. You always make things sound simple. Because some things are simple. Like what? Respect. I looked at her. You mean between us? Especially between us. I nodded. I like talking to you. I like talking to you too. Emily, I don't want to rush anything. I know. I don't want you to become a replacement for someone else. I don't want to be. I smiled. What do you want? To know you without comparing myself to your past. That sounds fair. It is. She took a sip of coffee. Then take your time. I looked at her. Thank you. She smiled. You're welcome. Months passed. One afternoon, I received a letter. The envelope had Claire's handwriting. I almost threw it away. Instead, I opened it. I read the first line. Ethan, I'm not writing to ask you to come back. I stopped there for a moment. Then I continued. I know I have no right to ask for anything from you. I hurt you because I treated your loyalty like weakness. I thought you would always wait. I thought your love gave me unlimited chances. I was wrong. I read the next paragraph slowly. You were never my backup groom. You were the man who loved me sincerely. I simply wasn't mature enough to value what I had. I closed my eyes. For months, I had wanted her to understand those exact words. Now that she finally did, I felt no victory, only peace. I kept reading. Daniel taught me something painful, but you taught me something harder. Love without respect becomes selfishness. I blamed you for being too ordinary when the truth was that I had become too blind. I am sorry, not because I lost you, because I hurt you. I put the letter down. Ryan was sitting across from me. What does it say? She understands. Does she want you back? No. Good. I looked at him. Good. Yes. An apology without a demand is usually the only apology worth hearing. I nodded. I think I forgive her. Ryan studied me. Are you sure? Yes. Why? Not because she deserves another chance. Then why? Because I deserve peace. He smiled. That's the right reason. That evening, I called Nathan. Claire sent me a letter. What did she say? She apologized. Did it change anything? No. Then you're free. I think I am. A week later, Emily and I met again. She asked, Are you ready for something new? I don't know. That's okay. I don't want to date because I'm afraid of being alone. Then don't. I want something real. So do I. I looked at her. What does real mean to you? Trust before promises. Respect before romance. Choosing each other before either person has a reason to regret it. I smiled. That sounds familiar. She laughed. I've said it before. What did you say? You don't need someone who finally chooses you after losing everything. You need someone who chooses you before they have a reason to regret it. I remember those words. They stayed with me. Months later, my company held an event at the same wedding venue where Claire and I had planned to marry. When I entered the ballroom, I stopped. The same walls, the same lights, the same polished floor. But I was different. Nathan walked beside me. You okay? Yes. Memories? A few. Want to leave? No. I looked across the room. I think I need to see this place once more. Nathan nodded. You've come a long way. I have. He smiled. Remember when you thought canceling the wedding meant your life was over? I was wrong. Very wrong. I laughed. I didn't lose my wedding. What did you lose? The illusion that I needed Claire. Nathan smiled. That sounds like a fair trade. I walked toward the center of the ballroom. For a moment, I remembered standing there months earlier, believing I was preparing for the happiest day of my life. I remembered Claire's smile. I remember the ring. I remembered the invitation with Daniel's name. Then I remembered the man I had been. I had begged. I had waited. I had sacrificed. I had confused loyalty with self-destruction. That man was gone. I heard Emily behind me. You look like you're saying goodbye. I am. To the place. To the person I used to be. She stood beside me. Are you sad? A little. That's okay. I thought healing meant forgetting. No. Then what does it mean? Remembering without wanting to return. I smiled. That's exactly how I feel. She looked at me. Then you're ready. For what? To choose your future. I looked around the ballroom one final time. I already did. Before leaving the ballroom, Ryan called me. Where are you? At the venue. The old venue? Yes. He laughed softly. Why would you go there? My company event is here. I forgot. I didn't. Does it hurt? Not like before. What changed? I stopped asking why she didn't choose me. And what do you ask now? What do I want? And what do you want? I looked around the ballroom. A peaceful life. That sounds boring. It sounds wonderful. Ryan laughed. I'm proud of you. Thanks. After the call, I found Emily near the entrance. You disappeared. I needed a minute. Did you find what you were looking for? Yes. What? My closure. She smiled. Then let's go. We walked toward the exit together. I asked Emily. Yes. If someday I ask you to dinner, would that be okay? She smiled. Someday, I want to do this slowly. I would like that. No promises. No pressure. No pretending. Definitely no pretending. I laughed. Then maybe we have a start. Maybe. Outside, the night air felt calm. I looked back at the ballroom once. It no longer looked like the place where I had lost my future. It looked like the place where I had found myself. I understood something I had missed for years. I had spent so much time trying to be enough for Claire that I had forgotten to ask whether Claire was enough for me. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't waiting for an apology. I wasn't hoping for regret. I was simply moving forward. And for the first time, moving forward did not feel like running away. It felt like coming home. I finally understood that losing the wrong person could become the beginning of finding the right version of myself, without needing anyone else's approval. I smiled. My life had not ended when the wedding was canceled. That was the moment my real life began. That night, I placed Claire's letter in a drawer. I didn't burn it. I didn't keep rereading it. I simply let it exist. Some memories deserve to remain without being allowed to return. I had forgiven Claire. I had forgiven myself. Most importantly, I no longer needed anyone to prove that I was worth choosing. I had finally chosen myself. And that was enough. Claire thought I was the backup groom. She was wrong. I was never anyone's second choice. I was simply waiting for the day I finally chose myself.